Uh oh. That red box just came on. That said, "We are live. What's good, people? What's good? What's going on with y'all? Y'all know who it is. This is your favorite two-time ATL's hottest DJ, the God DJ Agony, also known as Dr. Dope. Well, my motto is simple: own the building and charge them rent. Yo, it's been a minute, but it's one of those things where, as the folks like to say, I got time today. Been out on break and had a good vacation and all, but now I am back to talk to my peoples or whatever. Then my timer just started. So I said all that and y'all missed it, huh? Oh, well, y'all know who I am, man. Look, two-time favorite ATL's hottest DJ. Yeah. Some might want it two times, some might want it more than that. But however, I am your favorite. I know that. I know that. That is a fact, people. Anyway, yo, I appreciate everybody that's out there that's still rocking with me and this OTB situation, man. Yo, things ain't gonna do nothing but get better. Things gonna get more productive. You're gonna start seeing the merch, people. Oh, the merch is ready to go, people. I'm like, I'm like this right here. Get your favorite Jordans in order, because y'all gonna be needing them. Is man, look the shorts, the shorts, the hoodies, the t-shirts, like all that's coming, man. So just be on the lookout for that, man. And yo, just stay tuned and stay supporting this brand, man, because without y'all, I'd just be some guy sitting in his room talking to his computer. But I did want to touch on a couple of things tonight. What I'm saying, y'all see that it's a quick 30. It's labeled a quick 30, but y'all know how that can go. Sometimes my quick 30s are turned into quick hours, quick hour and a half. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, sometimes it's like that. Like when we're in the mix of having good dialogue, good conversation, it can drag out a little longer. But it's not one of those type things. Like, look, you ain't gotta be here for a long time, just a good time. And that's just that's just what it is. All my people in the chat, hit me in the chat box and comment. Let me know you here. So my first thing is, and I've been wanting to touch on this for a second, is good old Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards. I feel like there's a little more to this story, but I know what we're given. So what we're given is the fact that he got this sister pregnant, and he purposely he told her, I do not want any parts of this situation, and calculated how much the child support would be for 18 years and cut her one big check and said, go forth and conquer. Um, if this has been done in history, I've never seen it. So this is like it's kind of like a big whoa moment for a lot of us, because it's like, one, who has that kind of money? But then you think about it, we're talking about an NBA player. So, and I want to say what the league minimum is something like 1.3, or just maybe right under $1 million. And yeah, he's on his way to big contract money. So he said, let me get this out the way now and go ahead and cash you out before the big money comes. And I think he said it cost him right at a little over 1.1, well, right under 1.1 million. I think it was like 1.08. So we'll call that 1.1 for the sake of 1.1 million. And he has nothing to do with this woman or her child. I was like, that is deep. That's deep on a lot of rails. Let's dive into that. Like, first, um, as a father, it was one of the happiest days of my life. Not even to find out I was having a child, then to find out I was having a son, and then the whole process leading up to that, and then him actually getting here. It was, and mind you, I'm almost 20 years in, and I'm, it's still certain things still excite me like it's day one. Cannot lie. So he wants nothing to do with any of that. That's a lot. That says a lot. This young man doesn't even, I don't know if it's the fact that he's seeing this woman as a gold digger, or she's a vulture and he got preyed on, um, or what have you. But yeah, he wants nothing to do with any of it. Now, one of the things that I did see too, well, two things that stand out to me. One, little baby who was from the west side of Atlanta. This is baby mama. Anthony Edwards, if my math is correct, if he ain't from the West Side, he from somewhere thereabouts, West Side, Southwest area. Somewhere in my head, I feel like they know each other, and I feel like he had to know who she was and who she was, in a certain sense related to. Not, I mean, and nobody scratches their head on this. Like, like I said, they're from similar sides of the city, if not the same side of the city, and this chick gets pregnant by both of them. And maybe that was his whole thing of like he caught on to it a little too late because mind you, there's another thing I wanted to talk about too is the age gap. Anthony Edwards is, to my knowledge, like 23, 24 years old. She's 38. So I will definitely say that she preyed on that young man. She knew what it was. She knew exactly what it was. She knew, get pregnant by a ball, I never have to work again. Now, mind you, she didn't realize that he was just gonna cut her $1 million check and say, go on about your business. And truthfully, $1 million can get blown very fast. Very fast. Let's even talk about taxes. I don't know how, what I'm saying, the tax situation will work, but if we're talking about just bringing a 35% tax, that means that $1 million gets cut down to 650. That means you got 650 for the next 18 years. That is it. I think the biggest thing about it was that she signed it. Anybody with some sense would have just did the math on that and said, "Nah, I'm good." But I think what the fact is, she saw million and was like, "Oh, I'm signing. I'm gonna hit the quick lick now." Um, and I think that's what messed her up in the long run. It was a long time ago. I was sitting at some kind of presentation, seminar, or whatever. There's a motivational speaker there, and he's talking to the kids, and he, pulls out what was he pulled out like $100 bill, $100 bill here, but then he pulls out a big ass roll right here. I said, which one would you rather have? And all the kids pointed to this hand with the big roll in it, not realizing that it was only about 60, 70 ones. So they missed out on the whole $100 bill right here because of this looks the most. You see what I'm saying? Um, and I think that's what she went for. She went for the quick buck, which I mean, of course she's going for the quick. She got pregnant by this young man, and you're not gonna tell me it wasn't on purpose. You're not gonna tell me it wasn't on purpose because the thing is, we learned in sex ed back in the fourth grade how and how not to get pregnant. They reiterated it in high school a lot. We know how not to get pregnant. She knew how to get pregnant. She knew what she was doing. She knew. And part of me want to say this young man, what I'm saying, he tricked the tricker. But I think what's sad about this is what's gonna happen is that we have another black fatherless child out here, people. And that's never a good thing for society. Um, well, particularly our society. Um, and it sucks, but this is where we are with it. Um, I don't know. I'm not sure where to feel on that one. Just on the strength that, like I said, she went to set that young man up. I say this though: if you are a parent of a budding athlete, you need to be in their ear. You need to be telling them about hoes like this because they exist. They exist. Like God damn, they exist, and they wait. And it ain't even just budding athletes. Military guys. It's girls from that your base normally sits in a small town, correct? And it's women who live in that small town who see no other out than to marry a soldier. Do they love you? Possibly, probably not. And yeah, they're out looking for the next soldier to get pregnant by so they can be taken care of by the government. So be careful, people. That's all I gotta say. Please be careful. Young men, and parents of these young men. Yo, school them to this shit. I got my nephew in the building. Spud, what up, boy? How you feeling? That name just decided to drop in for a quick 30. I need a computer. I've been actually trying to get this thing loaded for about 30 minutes. So there's that. So yet here we are. Um, but yeah, definitely, like, yo, school these young men about the stuff that like. I think that's oftentimes the one that we miss. We tell them, don't get addicted to drugs, pay your taxes, and these are all great life lessons to teach these budding athletes because those are things that also take down athletes. Drugs. How many careers have been cut short by drugs? Like, because of drugs, we never got the experience, the greatness that was Earl Manigault, or the greatness that could have been Len Bias because of drugs. You know what I'm saying? Not paying your taxes, the alcohol, but also these women, these groupies. They are out here and they are hunting. They are on a major hunt. They're on a tear right now. So if you got a there's a young man out here that, or you know that he's about to be the next thing, y'all need to sit him down, school him, tell him, like, look, this is what could possibly come in your midst. And she gonna come in a way that you ain't never seen, felt, or heard before. Oh yeah, she gonna kick that good shit. Cause truthfully, 38 years old, yeah, this woman knew what she was doing. She knew. She knew. And she probably good at it too. And she's probably good at it. So yeah, yo man, yo, y'all protect yourselves out here, man, for real. Mm. I want to move on to something else right quick. And this has been a hot button topic in the news as well. That's the Carmelo Anthony situation. Not, what I'm saying, basketball Syracuse Denver Nuggets Carmelo Anthony, who, congratulations to him. To my surprise, he's getting inducted in the Hall of Fame. I didn't think it was going to be this fast. I figured he'd get in, but I didn't think it'd be this fast. So, big shout out to Carmelo Anthony, spelt with a C. Now, Carmelo Anthony spelt with a K. Well, he got some things going on. So the story's really not come out clear enough yet for me to for real make a valid opinion. But from what I've gotten so far, there was a fight, and in the midst of this fight, he pulls out a knife, stabs a kid, kills him. But with them being at an outdoor track meet, there's no cameras, um, and no witnesses have really told the truth of the story. I mean, the only thing that they can say for sure is that there was a fight, and the other kid gets stabbed. Now, the dynamics of this is that the victim was a white male. The victim was a white male, suspect being a black male. So we already knows how this goes in the media. You know what I'm saying? I got Robin in the building. What's happening with your shoulder? So on one hand, you know what I'm saying? They're talking about this white family as if they're the Mannings, as if they're the Cleavers, like they're the all American white family. This guy and his twin brother, big time football players, had a supposedly promising future in football, and they were also honor students, this, that, and the third. Then on the other side of that coin, we have a perpetrator who was black. So of course they're gonna put the worst picture of him up there. He on the news with like these crazy twisties looking bugged the fuck out. And now he gets to be the stereotype, the thug, or what have you. Um, so I've been seeing recently on social media people coming to his defense saying that he's not a thug. He's never been in any kind of trouble with the law. He got a 4.0 and this, that, and the third. I'm kind of hung up on this one, people, because of course I would obviously absolutely love to just take the black side on this, but I got questions. So some were saying, and mind you, a lot of this is speculation because nobody's really telling a full comprehensive story running down the timeline of what happened. How did this fight get started? To how did we get here to where we have one person dead? Because that is the end. At the end of the day, black, white, or what have you, somebody died. Somebody died. Supposedly a witness came forward and said the twins were trying to jump him. And see, I've heard that too, but once again, the first word you used was supposedly. I need something a little more concrete, some a little more comprehensive to say this is exactly what happened. My question is, okay, who was the aggressor? Did they go looking for him? Did he go looking for them? Why does he have a knife? Remind you, they were at a track meet. They were at a track meet. Why do you have a knife? That is a question I have. Um, as someone who is legally licensed to carry, I also have to be mindful that carrying and known and having it known can bring forth more trouble than as if I didn't have it at all. Be in some of the worst neighborhoods without it and walk right out like nothing happened. You're at a track meet. Why do you need a knife? Where did this start? Like, is this something once again? Is this something that started online? Because a lot of beefs have started like that. A lot of beefs start like that, to where we got rival schools going at each other. They're throwing shots back and forth all week online, on IG, on TikTok, throwing shots at each other. And it can get to a point to where it's elevated to a level of gang warfare to where it's legit beef over a sporting event. Which I can understand in this sense, but it's not supposed to go as far as to be almost deemed like gang warfare. That's what it's not supposed to be. Yet, that's what this turned into. And once again, somebody's dead. Um, if the twins were trying to jump him, I mean, okay, you do have the right to defend yourself. But why do you have a knife? Where does this knife come from? Where's your team? Because he didn't go to the same school with them. Where's your team? Why are you there by yourself? How did they catch you by yourself? Where were you, or where was your team? Where were you supposed to be? This is a track meet. One thing I know about track meets, it's something going on everywhere in that stadium. Shock put over here, discus over here. There's races going around right here. High jump over there, a long jump, triple jump. You know what I'm saying? They getting ready for the 40 over here. Were you there looking for trouble? Like, I have these questions. I mean, and then even with the victims, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't see where the victims should be let off. But right now, guess what? They're not in a position now where they have to defend themselves. Why? Because one's dead. There's questions that are gonna be asked that you're gonna have to answer, young man. Um, and I really hate this for him. I hate this for him because he put himself in a spot to where now you're gonna be put into that box, that same box of the angry hoodlum, Negro, what have you. This fucking guy. They say you ain't let me know you alive. I'm a Thanos snap that acid chair. I got my young boy Shells in the building. Shells, what's good with you, boy? But yeah, like on some seriousness, like I have questions. I have more questions for Carmelo Anthony than I do about what happened with the white boys. To just help me out as to how you got put. You how were you put into this situation, or how did you allow yourself to be put into this situation? What happened? And until that full story comes out, or until there's some surprising videotaped evidence that may come out, right now, young man, they looking at you like a fucking homicidal murderer. It's not gonna come out that you were defending yourself or that they were trying to jump you. You're gonna look like a murderer. That is it. A murderer. No other sense of the word. Right now, you are not on trial for defending yourself. You are on trial for first degree murder, and you killed the white boy. It's a lot, but I will be paying very, very, very close attention to this one because I really want to know how this plays out, or if anything, what can be his defense. I hear that they've started a GoFundMe for him for his defense, and his GoFundMe's gotten up to like 300,000, which I think that's a lot, but it's like goddamn. I want to know who the hell this kid lawyer finna be in 300,000. Shit, I could get it for 30. Hit me out, young boy. But nah, serious. So they have struck it up for his legal defense, and we'll see how this goes. They said I ain't young no more. These YNs calling me unk now, so I'm the drunk unk. But but you ain't old enough to be an unk yet. You ain't old enough to be unk. And then he said, let's talk about Anthony Edwards' child support proceedings. Here's the bad part. I did that the first 10 minutes, dog. So yeah, you have to go rewatch this one and get my take on the whole Anthony Edwards thing. He about to get Ken Nugget. God damn it. Yeah, mate. I mean, it's crazy. Like I don't know what he gonna do. I don't know how this is going to play, but it's a lot. It's a lot, and I really hate this for this young man. But at the same time, it's like people we gotta really figure out how to not put ourselves in these situations to where we're defending ourselves, not just even defending ourselves, because I mean, hey, there are some people who have enough devil in them who will start something that ain't even there. So don't get me wrong, if he is defending himself, that's one thing, but my question is, where'd the knife come from? So you just showed up to a track meet with a knife? I got questions and I got problems with that. If that's the case, I got problems with that. Um, on the plus side of things, though, 404 Day was last weekend, and it was no recorded drama or violence. See, you should have told me you was going live. My bad, dog. My bad. I sat up here and fought with this damn computer for a minute, and I was just like, "Yo, I gotta go live tonight." Like I had too much time to just not do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just one of those type things. I had to tonight. And it's been a while, been probably about a couple of months, give or take. So yeah, y'all needed this. Um, Insanity. Let's see what else do we got going on, people. It's plenty. Like, you know what I'm saying. One thing I say often and quite often, that the world is a ghetto. God damn. Mm-mm-mm. It's wild out here, people. So Um, on to some other news, into some gaming news. And Shells, you should get a kick out of this. Um, Tekken 8 Season 2. Yeah, and I'm only gonna touch on this because the thing is, I want to have the ISS crew when we actually delve into this one. But Tekken 8 Season 2. Now, for my people who are not gamers, just follow my lead, because yeah, this is a mess. The world is ratchet. The world is ratchet, but you know what? That's what I said. The world is a ghetto. But the Tekken community is not happy. Tekken community is not happy. So see, there's one right there. We don't talk about season two. Oh yes, we are. Oh yes, we are. Because from what I saw, and Shells, you saw the same thing on the Tekken Talk. Harada and the other developers admitted we made this game too offensive, oppressive even, with not enough defensive options. So they were talking about this big balance patch that's coming next that's gonna fix all that, right? But what do they do in the balance patch is that they double down on what they said they did wrong the first time. So now it's just over the top, wall to wall offense, no defensive options, and it is just that much, if not twice as much more oppressive as it was before. Yep. And now the community's upset. The community's upset to the point to where they had a, what was that, 3,000 signature document that came out boycotting the game. That happened. Also, there are pros that are they lied. Well, you got it, nephew. He said more so the pro players, not the casuals. Oh, the pros are pissed. The pros are pissed right now. You know what I'm saying? So in other words, 1% of the players are complaining. True. But so they literally said in the press conference that they're gonna focus on defense. Then they put this out. Right. It's like they knew they fucked up. That's the funny part I'm laughing at. They knew they fucked up. They admitted they fucked up. And then what they did, they doubled down on fucking up. Good job, Harada and friends. Here's the thing, Shells. You said it's a small percentage. That's true, but if you look at it, what drives the game between casuals and pros really form the opinion of games and keep them alive. If the pros say that this game is dead, the game dies on a professional level. And, the casuals are just guys that sit around in their living room, which doesn't drive the game forward. It doesn't give the game a longer life. It becomes a cult game. And then, oh, goddamn, there you go. The problem child is in the building, people. The problem child is in the building. I got Big Country 50 in here. Nah, casuals are pissed also. And everybody's pissed. Trust and believe it. Everybody's pissed. The small percentage is what drives the game long term. I just said that. So, and casuals are not keeping Tekken alive. That's what I'm saying. Like, the pros are what's going to keep it alive. If nothing else, just based off opinion. Based off opinion alone, pros can bring back games. Like when MK1 hit its foothold, um, there was some pro tournament with some pro semi-pro online tournaments. They were going back playing MKX. When Injustice 2 crashed, they went back and played MKX. So I'm seeing that what was that tournament that it was a big Mortal Kombat tournament, but they had side tournaments of MK9. MK9 and MKX. They were still playing those. Now, mind you, MK9's what? Uh 15 years old? We're on 12 now, and people are willing to go back to play 9 and 10. That tells you something right there. That definitely tells you something. So yeah, the casuals are the mass percentage, but the pros are what drive it. The pros are what there were people who absolutely hated MK1, and when asked why, Sonic Fox don't like it. So now that Sonic Fox is liking and enjoying MK1, I heard something recently where they were talking about, oh, MK1's in a good place now. Now it's in a good place because Sonic Fox likes it. Now it's in a good place. Once again, pros drive the longevity of a game. They do, they do, they do. It sucks. And particularly to give that much power to, like you said, such a small percentage of people, yet here we are. So Sonic Fox said it's good. MK1 is good now. Just know I was the one that stood on top of that mountain for a long time saying that this game is good. Not because Sonic Fox said so, because it's good. Hey, country, you can kiss my ass, man. MK1 is still, this is a good damn game. It's never in a good place. I never your good place ass. You know what I'm saying? It like talk that shit because I'm the MK player. It's fine though. It's fine. There's a space for me at the tournament too. Damn it. Speaking of tournaments, on the local scene, we got Max Mode coming up at the end of the month. Um, Looking forward to that. Looking forward to just that Atlanta FGC scene. That was, oh my god, one of the biggest at one time. Yeah, I think when final round was around, final round was the kickoff of FGC season. It was like the birth, and then it swooped around and got the Evo, and it was like, all right, that's the end of the season. But glad to see that we being Atlanta is back in the tournament scene, and particularly like since COVID, because final round would still be going on had it not been for COVID. But when there's a worldwide pandemic, what can you do, people? So Atlanta took that hit, but they are back with Max Mode. I think Max Mode's at the end of April. So, if you want to see the ISS crew or want to, what I'm saying, go ahead and try your hand at beating one of us on any of these games and possibly, highly possibly getting your ass kicked, come to Max Mode. We'll be there. And if Max Mode, what I'm saying, if that's too soon for you, Memorial Day weekend, MomoCon, we'll be there too, kicking y'all ass. Speaking of games, oh, boom. City of Wolves is about to drop what in another 2 weeks. A lot of mixed reviews on it, particularly with the guest characters. So there's one week they unveil a soccer player, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't know who this second guy is. Apparently, he's Is I think he's a DJ. Is he a DJ or something? I don't know who the second guy is, but apparently he's a guest character. And Fatal Fury people aren't how you say aren't pleased with this. It's just like, what the hell are we doing? Um, and to be honest, I have no idea what to tell y'all. I have no idea because, like I said, I don't know who this guy is. I'm trying to figure out how the soccer player even got invited to the party. Um, but so far so good from what I'm hearing about the ratings of City of Wolves. I feel like, for my SNK fans, this will be a good one for y'all. I think today, yeah, April 10th. I think Pocket Bravery came out today. Pocket Bravery, the fighting game, 2D pixel fighting game, came out on PC about 2 years ago. And it just dropped on consoles today. I already pre-ordered mine. It'll be here Monday. And yeah, I'm looking forward to playing that. It feels like just bare to the bones 2D fighting. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that's all I need. I don't need a meter and a gauge telling me like what I can and can't do in this fight. Just give me four buttons, give me six, and put somebody in front of me, and we just gonna throw hands. Um, just a thought. Do you think the pro followers will do whatever they say, even if they are lying, just to keep people out of the game, so they're practicing and gatekeep? Um, I'm not understanding your question. So is it just a thought? Do you think pro followers would do whatever they say, even if they're lying, just to keep people out of the game, so they can keep practicing and gatekeep? Um, I think these pro players, like, these are their opinions, like, and I think these are real, genuine opinions. Um, I think in particular, when we're talking about MK1 and Sonic Fox, I think he wanted the game to play how he wanted it to play, so he badmouthed it until it got patched to his liking. I think that's utter bullshit. I think they should have gave him that kind of power, but at the same time, he said MK1 sucked, and you had a whole community going ape shit talking about the game sucked. Um, I've always been a proponent of, if it's a good game, it's a good game. I don't give a fuck who playing it. I don't give a fuck who don't like it. Like right now, I'm like really fuck Tom Brady right now. I said that, not the football player. Number 12, he's GOAT. I'm talking about MK Tom Brady, because he's been bad mouthing this game for so long, but now that it's in a quote unquote better place, now he's like, oh well, I like the game now. And I'm just like, yo, fuck you, man. Like, no, it don't get to be in a better place because now all of a sudden the masses say that it's cool because one person led them to say that. Where was you at defending this game from day one? Day one, the game was not bad. Yeah, just about at this point, now that we know what quote unquote broken is, every fighting game comes out broken day one. Balance patches have to be done. I get it. I'm not of this era. I remember when the game was broken, we played that broken mess, and that was it. I.e., Marvel vs. Capcom 1, in my opinion, is still one of the most broken games ever that people love and accept. Love and accept. Marvel 3, my God, it has a whole community, and it's broken as shit. So nah, I'm not with the people trying to jump back on the bandwagon now. Like, stay where the fuck you was at, man. You know what I'm saying? For real. Like, is ass to me. I don't really want to even, like, I see those people, I make it a point to scroll past them because nah, the game's been a good game. It's just now that it's popular for it to be a good game. Now that public opinion says it's a good game. Now that you want to be like, oh well, yeah, I'm back into playing Mortal Kombat. No, 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 fuck you, man. Go play Smash or something. Like, for real. Tekken and MK started this guest character madness. I mean, yes and no. I mean, Capcom's been doing it. They just been using their own characters because um Street Fighter Alpha, when we saw Cody and Guy show up, yeah, those aren't Street Fighter characters. Just thought, no biggie. Don't worry about it. It say Cristiano Ronaldo is the MJ of soccer. I thought it was what's the boy that came over here a few years back? Uh God, what was his name? David Beckham. I thought he was the MJ of soccer. See, now I never know. Oh well. MK1, aka guest character 2, is hot garbage. Man, fuck y'all. But it will produce a cult follower. MK will always have a cult follower. It will always. And you know what? I've gotten to the point now to where I'm okay with MK not being the big game. I'm okay with it being a cult follower. I think it should be up there on the big stage. I think it should always be a part of the big three. You know, they talk about, oh, well, MK fell out of the big three. Bullshit. Bullshit. Look at the fucking numbers. If nothing else, let's look at sales. Let's look at sales. And I know they wanna put Guilty Gear in that third slot. No, Guilty Gear got good timing. Guilty Gear survived the pandemic when everybody else died. When everybody else failed during the pandemic, Guilty Gear survived. You know, as country likes to talk about, rollback netcode. Rollback netcode, goddamn. That's country favorite Freachy, by the way. I want y'all to know he don't play it unless he got rollback netcode. True shit, nigga. I ain't lying. But no, MK will always be a part of the big three. If nothing else, let's look at the longevity. Let's look at the numbers. Let's see. I will always compare the new MK to new MK to MK9 and MKX. Well, you got to. You absolutely have to because I mean, nine and X are like 2 and 3. Um, mechanically, the game took leaps from 1 to 2, and then from 2 to 3. Like, I mean, almost in the same way because if you think about it, 9 is as fast as 2 was. 9 had a lot of combos, air fireballs, crazy stuff like that. And then they doubled down on it when 3 came out, or X, because they did the same thing, added that run button. My God, that run button changed the game. Run button changed the game. So yeah, you would always compare it to 9 and X. I think it does stand on its own, but I think I mean nothing to ever be X. I think X will probably be the best of that series, like ever. Um Marvel versus Capcom 2 straight Dookie water. That's a shot at country. Well, country, get your kids. Your son got there acting up again. So with that in mind, MK1 is mechanically challenged. Is it really though? They added in a new mechanic that they have never used. I will give you that. They never used, but I think when done well, when done right, and in frutility, it works. It works, and it did what the biggest complaint was at MK11. It sped the game up. It sped the game up. It's now it can be a little frenzious at this moment, but it gave you what you asked for in MK11. It sped it up. MK11, MK11 has so much potential. My biggest gripe isn't even the fact of the game speed with MK11. It's that whole variation thing. And the fact that you have a player with so many special moves, but you can only equip certain amounts of them. You had to, like, equip your special moves like in a loadout. Nah, that was unacceptable. That was unacceptable, and it just really didn't add anything to the game. If anything, it took a lot away from it. And there were a lot of special moves that got left on the table because you can only add so many in this loadout. I think that was garbage. And I think that ultimately to me is what killed MK11. Even though they did have the variations on X, um, it was almost like it gave you the feel of like playing with the groove system, like in a CVS or something. With 11, there was just a lot of moves missing that you had to add on or take away. And with 11, I think with that it was supposed to add variety to the characters, but really everybody just played the same way. Everybody played the same characters the same way with the same loadouts. It added no variety. If anything, variety was out the window at that point. But yeah, no, I think the cameo system's a good. I think it's a good add-on. I think it was a good attempt at what they were doing. Like I think it catches a lot of blowback because like most things that are new, they're gonna catch resistance. But I think it works, at least for this particular situation. But anyway, That's my quick 30, y'all. Appreciate everybody that came through. Got the ISS crew in the building, Country, Shells, Spud. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get in here one day. Go ahead and put the boxes up on the screen, and me and the boys gonna get in here and kick good shit and really get down to some technical gaming type shit. You know what I'm saying? You know how we does. You know how we does. Y'all. So big shouts out to everybody for that. Also, like I said, the merchandise is on its way, people. Is on its way. So please be on the lookout for that as well. Um, and they say it don't. You're blinded by your love of MK. I mean, I tell you, if a game is sorry, like shit, that PS2 era. I'm gonna tell you like this. I can't just call it for what it is. It's trash because you got your ass whooped. Like, dude. I seen the video, but nah. I mean, I'll tell you when it's a bad MK game. Like, I want to say that was MK Deception. MK Deception, if I'm not mistaken, is the one that had all the extra features on there. I played the MK Puzzle Combat more than I played the actual game. That Puzzle Combat was lit. That Puzzle Combat was lit. I remember having wars on that. Be like, you want to play the real game? Hell nah. You want to get on this Puzzle Combat though? That shit was lit. The Combat Kart, it was like a Mario Kart type game on there. Lit. And then there was the rest of it. Like the 3D era, I say starting at 4 actually. Even though I played the hell out of 4. I don't know why. Played the hell out of 4. Played um all three of the PS2 games. Best thing that came out of the PS2 era was probably Shaolin Monks. Not probably, it was Shaolin Monks. Yeah, so I'll tell you if there's a bad Mortal Kombat, then I'll tell you about there's the rest of them. Pot Meat Kettle, Shelly blinded by his love of Tekken. He overlooks his flaws. Just lab it. There you go. Shot fire. Anyway, y'all see y'all see how it is when the ISS crew get in the building. Yo, we could do this all night. This quick 30 will turn to a quick hour in a minute. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go ahead and head out. I appreciate everybody for coming through, everybody for stopping through for my quick 30, man. Make sure y'all hit the like, hit the comment, but most important thing you could do, hit that share button, man. Let these people know what you own, what kind of good dope you got over there at your house. Cause I'm telling you, man, yo, hey, we cook like crack out here. You know what I'm saying? It goes down. Definitely, man. Um, I always, you know what I'm saying, dedicate every show I do from here on to the after to my brother Larry Hodges. May he live on forever. Uh they said we're gonna have a discussion in the G group chat, Brian. Oh boy, here we go. All right, now we gotta get to the group chat, y'all. That's the funny shit y'all missed too. But yeah, the group chat, it goes down there, I promise you. But yeah, long live my brother Larry Hodges, man. As long as I'm doing this, I'm keeping his memory alive so that it's never like he's not here. He's always here. So I end this show like I end all my other ones. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery that mediocrity can pay to greatness. I am DJ Agony. I own the building. Rents due. East Point, smoke some dank, and we out. Peace.